Here we go in five, four, three, two. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Steal the Shit Podcast. Good morning, and I'll be your boy Johnny Woe, you know what I'm saying? On here, rocking it with you guys on this Tuesday morning. I was supposed to record the show last night, but I was so tired after I got off of work. Like I was supposed to get off earlier, but I ended up getting off later than I expected. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna just lay my head down, do it for the morning. And yeah, so I'm here, and before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to us on any listening platform you may be able to listen to podcasts. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Music. We're on iHeartRadio. We're there. Just type us out. You know what I'm saying? If you're into sports, sport and betting and everything, I will have more shows. But right now, I am concentrating on the NFL, on the NFL's season right now because we're pretty much on the hunt for the perfect parlay. Last week I had a pretty good parlay, but only three teams got knocked out. I will talk about those three teams after I give my thoughts on the fight that happened last weekend, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Terrence Crawford beat Canelo. Unanimous decision, went straight 12 rounds. But before I get on that fight, man, goodness gracious. I know a lot of people was even saying this too. It was difficult to actually stay awake during the undercards. This was like a long event because the event started at 8:30, right? And it took like 4 hours to get to the main event. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I fell asleep during like most of them undercards. I even fell asleep when I was watching the LSU versus Florida game. I'm like, man. Then I woke up just in the nick of the time for this fight. And when I woke up, what I woke up to was something that was actually considered greatness. If y'all don't understand the magnitude on how great Terrence Crawford is on beating Canelo Alvarez, jumping up two weight classes because everybody was doubting him based off the weight class. Based off the weight class. And if you didn't know anything about Terrence Crawford, which I say most of the fan base of Canelo didn't, you didn't realize that your man was going up against a very smart fighter. I've seen him break down people in the ring. I've seen him break people down in the ring. Not no knockouts. Like I've seen Canelo Alvarez do. And I mean, beautiful knockouts the man has. You already know you cannot take nothing away from Saul Canelo Alvarez. You cannot take anything from him. And as a matter of fact, what you can do with him, you could just add on to like how great Crawford did in his fight against a guy like Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Crawford is a bad man. That man did it. Pound for pound, for pound, champion. You know what I'm saying? What is next for him? What is next for Terrence Crawford? I don't know. Will he fight Bivol? Will Benavidez try to come at him? I don't know. That's a lot of things that can be up in the makings for him. He could possibly even retire. He can retire. This man has done something where I'm like, yo, he is this era's best boxer. Period. Period. I've seen Terrence Crawford do it too many times, man. Bud is a badass man. And it's so funny, man, when I go on when I be seeing some of these comments from before the fight, how this man made a whole fan base nation just eat crow. You don't even know how many friends I wanted to be around that night after Terrence Crawford won. Or just even during round 8, boy, when I'm like, I ain't never seen Canelo Alvarez get his ass whooped like this. He was getting his ass whooped. Like, damn. But anyways, congratulations to Terrence Crawford. Tip my hats off to you. Because the cool thing about this fight was not just, it was just two boxers that just wanted to duke it out in the ring. No money. The money wasn't even the motherfucking big thing. Even though everybody looks at the money and that's a guy that I be following. His name is Nino Brown, and he kind of gave off his theory. And I gotta watch that video because that's a good theory that he kind of gave off. And I'm like, you know what? He is right. It makes me also remind me of my OG. He will say Mike Tyson with Don King ruined boxing. Nino Brown said Floyd Mayweather ruined boxing, and I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of think that Floyd was the nucleus that ruined boxing for a lot of people, because now it's not even about the skills no more. It's really about the money if you can get paid. You know what I mean? That's why we got fucking clowns like Jake Paul fighting Gervonta Davis and shit. And it's like, bro, what the hell? I might not even watch that fight. I'm really real talk, might not even watch the fight. And does it matter if I watch it or not? No, because they still getting their bag. I mean, what the hell has boxing become, man? You know what I mean? What happened to the contenders? What happened to the real fighters? You know what I mean? It's whatever, bro. That's why I like this fight right here, because it was really nothing about the money. Terrence Crawford's like, I'll move up. Canelo's like, okay. Boom, let's go. You know what I mean? Two champions fighting at it. He didn't even have to fight. You know what I mean? Crawford didn't even have to do it, but he did it. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's the greatest. He's the greatest by what he has done and what he has accomplished. He's the greatest. He ain't flashing his money or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I need to watch that fucking video by Nino Brown, but let's roll it on, because I've been going on about this, but gotta rush through it. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do and everything. I really want to get to the gym, but like, so back onto the NFL season right here, right? I had my parlay. 3 teams out of the fucking parlay did not hit. We gonna go on the first team right here. Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That game right there, I was very, I can't say I was very upset because they're not my team and everything, but I was like, come on, man. I know y'all not going to lose an Arrowhead. I don't care if you don't have Xavier Worthy or anything like that. Like, you're not going to lose at home. I know y'all can't lose at home. And what happened? They lost at home. What I said, it was a choke thing? No. But when Patrick Mahomes threw the ball to Travis Kelce and it popped out of Travis Kelce's hand and right into the defender's hand, then I'm like, get the look out of here. What is going on in Kansas? I guess when you really put it underneath the scope, Patrick Mahomes don't really have a supporting cast no more. I mean, Isaac Pachinko back there is not even doing it. Kareem Hunt on third down is doing better than Isaac Pachinko on the regular downs. So their running game is pretty much has not gotten started yet, but it's week 2, so you can't say much, but the running game has not gotten started yet. You know, Patrick Mahomes had on certain targets. I can't remember the receiver's name, but you know, he throwing bombs down the field, not connecting, sometimes connecting. Like, you could literally tell that Patrick Mahomes don't have a supporting cast around him like he had in the previous years. Xavier Worthy, the loss of him really, really, really does matter on this one. And they gotta just have to figure it out, man. I ain't never really, in this era right here with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, I haven't really seen them start out 2-0, like 0-2. 0-2. They're last in their division right now, which is wow. And the Chargers are number 1 right now. Broncos number 2, Raiders number 3. And yeah, man. So from here on forward, when it comes to KC in certain games against certain defenses, I am going to really start looking at it instead of just going blind, like, oh yeah, man, Kansas is going to win that. Yeah, Kansas is going to win that game. Blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, let's see who Kansas is going to play next week. But I'm not going to do any reviews. I'm not going to do any previews of the games that's going to come out for week 3, because I kind of want to just save that for a whole nother episode. And by reviewing games from week 2, we're going to review them on the next episode so it can override into the games for week 3. There's a lot of things that's popping off. You got injury reports. You have a lot of things that's going off. And I'm going to talk about the injuries once I go off these 3 teams right here. So when it comes to the Chiefs, they play. Chiefs play. Where y'all at? Y'all around somewhere. They play the Giants. Wow. If they do not get the Giants, bro, and the Giants got a good defense, well, good D-line, a good D-line. Oh, man. All right, man. I'll say that for next week. Let's on to the next team right here. This team right here pissed me off right here because on all my parlay, like all the parlay tickets that I did created, this was the one team I kept selecting, and it was the one team that let me down. The Steelers. What the hell happened with the Steelers? Some would say their defense. Yep, and I could see that, man. The Seahawks was tearing that shit up. They were tearing them up bad. And Aaron Rodgers made it no better with his two interceptions. He ain't make it no better. So, especially an interception on an attempt to score a point, to score 6 points. I'm like, man, what the hell happened with the Steelers? Now I gotta watch them. You can't, like, this is a different league right here, man. They're like, this is a different season. Certain teams you just cannot you cannot just write off as winners anymore. You gotta really analyze these teams now because it's like, man, what the hell happened with that? I was gonna probably blame Aaron Rodgers, but when I really reviewed the game, I'm like, man, this defense is getting toe up, man. Sam Darnold's having a day against them. So it is what it is with the Steelers. Do not trust in these teams no more right now, man. And normally I will always trust in the Steelers because of Mike Tomlin, just because of the coaching, You know what I'm saying? So Steelers really let me down. Pittsburgh really let me down. I'm just saying on that. So you gotta watch them motherfuckers. And then you got one more game. I can't blame the Broncos for losing the game, but then I can blame the Broncos for losing the game with that penalty that gave new life to the Colts when the game was over. And not only do you got the Colts kicking the winning field goal while Blue is down there doing his dance, because I'm sorry, nigga, Blue just I love the Colts mascot. But I'm like, man, that was crazy right there. But that was a good game. Most people would say that the Cowboys Giants game was a good game. I say Indy versus Denver was a better game than that one. It really was. Because in this game, I'm just like, man, because with the Giants Cowboys game, all them penalties that the Giants was doing with that lineman, bro, in the beginning was like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, Russell Wilson getting lucky with the fucking with the drop in the basket passes and all that shit. It was crazy. I started laughing when I saw the second drop in the basket pass. I'm like, wow, y'all just letting Russell Wilson just tear y'all up in the deep. Y'all just letting him tear y'all up in the deep. That's crazy. Crazy. So I don't know. With that game right there compared to the Colts and the Broncos game, I really enjoyed the Colts and the Broncos game more than that game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I can't take nothing against the kicker. I can't take nothing against the kicker, Aubry. You know what I'm saying? Just hitting a 64 yarder officially. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. That's the best of the year right now. So we're gonna so with those three teams right there that let me down, we're just gonna move on to some other things and stuff like that. Let's see what I got. All right, notable injuries. All right, guys, be careful out there on week 3 because Joe Burrow is not going to be playing for 3 months with Cincinnati. So now you got to really start doing your research. So when I get back to you guys, I will start like looking up, who's the second stringers and all this. I don't have all that information yet right now. Number 2, Jaden Daniels. What the hell is Jaden Daniels out for? We'll look at that very quick. I heard he was out, but then I also know that JJ McCarthy is going to be out too for a couple of weeks with a high ankle sprain. So, got Jaden Daniels. Goodness gracious, that's all the way down here. All right. Oh, Jaden Daniels has a day-to-day knee injury, so he shared his day-to-day. So you got to keep your eyes close on the Commanders and everything. So that was a lot of injuries that was around the league. But I guess once I hit certain games for week 3 in the next episode, we'll be touching on those key injuries and everything. But as far as I know, man, last week was actually an okay week, you know what I mean? But I was gonna review those games, but I'm not gonna review those games right now. What I'm gonna do is just basically tell y'all that I'm gonna have another episode for you guys Thursday evening after the Thursday night football game. Hopefully I get off of work early so I can do it that night. But once I do that, I'll have a parlay ticket already whipped up. I might be actually looking at a lot of overs and a lot of underdog games, because there's some underdog games. For instance, like for instance, Cincinnati is going to be playing on Minnesota, and I just told you two of the quarterbacks for both teams are going to be out, so you got to know the second stringers, you have to know all this stuff. But in that game, I will be more confident in Cincinnati to win than I will be more confident in Cincinnati to win the game over the Vikings. But that's for a whole nother episode. I'm gonna keep that to myself. So with that being said, I just went down just, what happened to my parlays. I was disappointed with the Chiefs. I was disappointed with the Steelers. And I was disappointed with the Broncos. They let me down. Whatever. So that being said, yeah, I'm gonna just keep this show very short. And if you was rocking with me throughout the show, I appreciate that for real, because you don't really have to watch me. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck am I? But I am that nigga. So so anyways, don't forget to, like, keep rocking with us, like and subscribe to us, you know what I'm saying? You can follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Facebook is Still the Ship Radio. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Just holler at me. And you can hit me in the DMs and whatnot. Your boy about to be out, and I'm about to start this day. And I hope y'all have a good week out there too. See you again Thursday. Peace.